Hi, good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you based out of. It's getting very cold out here, and I am getting lazy by the day, by every passing day, as the winter approaches. And it was very tough to wake up this morning, but I got a duty to fulfill. So I want to make sure that I'm not late to this live session, folks. Um, I have uh, one announcement to make for everyone. We have a fabulous interview session coming up. I have conducted that interview with um, an interesting, I don't want to disclose much, but a very interesting interview which I've conducted, and I'm in the process of editing the video and hopefully should be able to share it in the next 24 hours. And that is the reason a lot of other things at my end have been delayed. Of course, I've been grappling at my end, at my work as well, so that takes some time. But I appreciate you guys joining the live session on a regular basis. I see bunch of questions being posted, and I see a post from Lalit. Hello, Dev sir. How are you? Had done my surgery on at 5th of December. Congratulations, Lalit. I know you had a consultation with me. I clearly remember, and I hope everything went well. I think good timing, and I just hope a speedy recovery to you, Lalit. Um, and please get well soon. Okay. Uh, I'll start taking up questions now from the list that you guys have already put up. So we'll get started with the first question for Abhinav Mahadevan. It's 9th of Jan 2001, 7:40 a.m. Bangalore. Bangalore urban is what is, right? So you've asked for guidance for 2024 from a career perspective, guys. I'm running a little late, but hopefully I should also release an annual 2024 reading this week itself. So do let me know that you guys want everything combined in one for all ascendants, or do you want me to break it down for respective ascendants? If people who are listening right now, can you please comment that and give me some feedback there? That will be helpful. If the annual reading should be done for different ascendants in separate videos, or can I just combine and make one long video? So Abhinav's, your chart, I think, Abhinav, this is the second or the third time you're coming to the live session. So you already know your chart, Mercury in the Lagna in the Capricorn ascendant, Venus in the second house, Jupiter and Saturn retrograde in the fifth house, in the sign of Taurus, Moon and Rahu in the sixth house, Mars in the 10th house, and then Sun and Ketu in the 12th house, forming the Dwajkirti Yoga. And then, of course, your Moon and Rahu are conjunct. So you called about constant overthinking and anxiety. So I'm not surprised that that is happening with you because your Moon is under the direct impact of um, you know both Rahu and Ketu, and even a very strong Saturn is sitting right behind it. Good part is it is under the impact of Jupiter, so things should be better for you. Now, talking from a career standpoint, you know, a very quick observation tells me that you being a Saturn Lagna, with Saturn sitting in the house of Venus and Venus sitting in the house of Saturn, you have a Parivartan Yoga happening with the second and the fifth house. Um, but I see that you would definitely be doing a job, or starting 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. Yeah, there is a very high probability of you doing job, but you will do well in your job in the long run. But you will continue to do it. Your growth will happen after a long period of time. Do not go for business, Abhinav. Your seventh house lord is 12th to itself, and it is in a very bad situation. So it might not be the best placement. And then you have your Jupiter Mahadasha coming to an end in October. So for major part of your 2024, you will be having the Jupiter Mahadasha running, and it is running in the last leg. So that means that Rahu is definitely going to be impacting you. So it's a matter of time. Things Your Rahu is not in a bad placement, if I may say. It's in the Gemini sign, and it's in a good house. Sixth house is a good house, especially for Rahu Ketu axis. It's one of the best placements that I keep calling out in most of my videos. So what I will recommend to you is that have patience for few more months. Things are going to um, you know things are going to improve, but remember, since Rahu is sitting in your house of job or profession itself, you have to act smart, find the right ways, and Rahu should help you do it. But again, all this inflection is because of Moon. So because Moon is afflicted with multiple planets here, uh, you know you will have to be patient. The way the chart placements are, you'll have to be patient, and things are going to take time. There is no fast solution that I have for you that I could recommend. Good part is in transit, you have your Saturn in your second house, your Jupiter in your fourth house, and your Rahu in your third house. So that's a good thing happening from a transit perspective, and things should improve for you from that particular angle on the transit side of things. All right, I hope this helps. Moving on to Avinash, 6/11/2000. 3:05 p.m. and then Nanded, Maharashtra. So what's your question? So the question is, मैं एक मेडिकल स्टूडेंट हूँ, एक सक्सेसफुल डॉक्टर बन पाऊंगा, अब्रॉड के लिए जाने चांसेस, स्पाउस डीआर होगा, प्लीज टेल मी इन हिंदी. Uh, so, guys, Avinash has requested us to provide him his reading in Hindi, and that is why I'll have to communicate. So, Avinash, yes, you said that you are a medicine student. तो हाँ, आप मेडिकल स्टूडेंट हैं, दिख भी रहा है. आपका वीनस आपके फिफ्थ हाउस में विराजमान है. आप कर्क लग्न है आपकी. मार्स आपका तृतीय भाव में, मुझे सारी हिंदी में नहीं आती है, वर्गो राशि में बैठा हुआ है. मर्करी एंड सन का कंजंक्शन हो रहा है, और दोनों फोर्थ हाउस में लिब्रा में बैठे हुए हैं. वीनस फिफ्थ में स्कॉर्पियो में है. केतु सैजिटेरियस में सिक्स्थ हाउस में है. मून एट्थ हाउस में है, एक्वेरियस में. जुपिटर एंड सैटर्न दोनों रेट्रोग्रेड हैं, और सेकंड हाउस 11th हाउस में टॉरस साइन में बैठे हुए हैं. और राहु आपका जेमिनी साइन में बैठ करके 12th हाउस में बैठा हुआ है. सो यस, आपके अब्रॉड जाने की प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ कोर्स काफ़ी अच्छी है, काफ़ी स्ट्रांग है. वीनस क्योंकि आपका फिफ्थ हाउस में बैठा हुआ है, कारका भी होता है मेडिसिन का. एंड आपका 10th लॉर्ड मार्स है, जो कि थर्ड हाउस में है. हालांकि अपने बेस्ट प्लेसमेंट में नहीं है, बट रेट्रोग्रेड मरकरी का उसे सपोर्ट मिलेगा। तो अगर आप मेडिसिन लाइन में की फील्ड में एज अ सर्जन वगैरह कुछ बनना चाहेंगे, आपके लिए अच्छी दिशा रहेगी। जुपिटर और सैटर्न का वहाँ पर होना 11वें घर में ये भी देता है कि आपकी फाइनेंशियल ग्रोथ भी काफ़ी अच्छी होगी आगे जा करके। एंड 10th लॉर्ड आपका, सॉरी 7th लॉर्ड आपका सैटर्न है जो कि 11th में है, तो यानी कि आप स्वयं की नेटवर्किंग से अपना स्पाउस पा सकेंगे और बिल्कुल आपके अब्रॉड जाने के काफ़ी अच्छे चांसेस रहेंगे इन द लॉन्ग रन। आई होप अविनाश आपको आपके प्रश्नों का उत्तर मिल गया है। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज विद हनीश चौहान। So, 7th September 1990, 2105, Shimla, Himachal Pradesh. Anish is trying to understand if he will be able to find a famous spouse and what would be her profession. So, um, your seventh lord or seventh house is basically Libra. You are an Aries ascendant, and Venus, which is the lord of the seventh house, is sitting in the fifth house, which, if I may say, is 11th to itself, right? It is in conjunction with Sun and Mercury, and Sun is sitting in its own sign, but your Mercury is combust. Your Mercury is in retrograde as well. Now, this definitely denotes that you know you will get a very feminine spouse. You will have a very all the nature of a Venus that you can expect in a spouse would be depicted in your wife's character. Um, and you said that would that spouse be very famous or not? Well, I need to, it's hard to predict, directly from that angle. But if you see Venus is 11th to itself, and then profession house is seen from the 10th. So 10th from 7th is your fourth house, which is Jupiter and Ketu. So I see a probability of a spouse who's very knowledgeable specifically in the area of spirituality. Um, Fame is possible, but if Rahu would have been sitting there, actually she would have been, yes, very famous. Or if Venus had some direct impact. Even Moon is sitting ninth to itself from that perspective. So that spouse will be a very fortunate and very full of emotion person, very spiritual person by nature. That is all I can say. And I think it will be inaccurate to predict a future of your spouse through your chart. It's always a long shot. It gives scant possibility. So I will refrain from doing anything of that sort. Um, Richa Datta, I hope Anish that finds you your answer, guys. I recommend you guys to please, click on that like button. If you found your answers, please smash that like button and send a token of appreciation this way. It'll be helpful. Richa's date of birth is 20th September 2002, 6:16 p.m. Jammu. So Richa wants to know about her married life. How would the person be, and his career and finances. You are an Aquarius ascendant, and Moon in the Lagna, Rahu in the fourth house, Saturn in the fifth house, Jupiter in sixth house, and it is exalted. You should, Richa, do a job, and you will do very well in your job. You must find a job for yourself, and you will do very well in that space. Mars in the seventh, Mercury in retrograde in sixth, it is exalted, sitting with Sun. Mars is combust, interestingly. And yeah, because Sun is in the lower degree and would have affected Mars. Venus in the ninth house, Ketu in the 10th house. So that is the placement that we have. My recommendation to you would be, Richa, please take care of your anger issues and emotion issues while dealing with your spouse in your marriage. That is the first and foremost feedback I want to give you. You will have a very smart, clever, intelligent spouse. That's definitely going to be there. And you know from a profession standpoint, there's a high probability that at some point in time that your partner would end up doing either his or her own business, or will end up in some field that is related to Venus and expansion. So uh, mm, I see a very strong probability of him doing business, so to speak, or even in the field of politics. There is some possibility, some kind of limelight is what your partner will definitely want in life, and that is how they would want to pursue. So, Richard, that is that. I have just one warning for you. Please take care of your emotions and the way you communicate with your spouse, because I see some challenges popping up with respect to your marriage. Just take care of that. Next question is for Revati. Um, Guys, I see that you guys are coming and dropping off, waiting for your questions. But if you are doing, please smash that like button if you've heard your answer. I appreciate that. Refi, I'm assuming it is 1st of Feb is what you've called out. 2305 Nasik, Maharashtra. Refi's question is, when will I go abroad? Short and sweet, and I like that. Refi, you will go abroad post marriage, and you know your your possibility to settle abroad is basically through your spouse, through your partner, um, right? And right now you're running Venus Mahadasha. So hold on, let me tell you. Venus, you had a very good chance to actually go abroad in 2022. There was a good chance. If not, then you are still running a possibility. I'm sure some discussions would be happening around that until May if of 2024. And if that doesn't happen, definitely after 2025 July, 100% you will move abroad. Once Venus Rahu kicks in, there is a very high chance post July 2025, in the second half of July, in the second half of 2025, you will fly out. Yeah. Lalit, thank you. I hope you're doing well. We have next question from Goldie. Um, Goldie Chabra. Okay, Goldie. Goldie, I'm assuming you're a girl, female. So 26/9, 1986. 26/9, 1986. 6 a.m. Rajund District, Cathal. I hope your information is accurate. 6 a.m. Rajund. Cathal. I'm able to find Cathal, so I'm going to use that. Okay, so what's your question, Goldie? I want to know about my marriage. Goldie, you have Ketu Rahu axis in the first and seventh. Your Ketu is in the first house itself in the sign of Virgo, and Rahu is in the sign of Pisces in the seventh house. Have you had a divorce or something by any chance? Um, I see a strong possibility of that happening in your life, Goldie Chabra, um, because your Lord of seventh is sitting 12th to itself in the sixth house. Either divorce or your partner would have passed away. Something would have happened. Um, I need a feedback from you, Goldie, if you're listening to this. So, um, Goldie, if that's not the case, then you are running Saturn Dasha until 2038. I think something would bad with respect to your spouse would have happened. Excuse me. Um, Before 2019 itself, or in 2019, either before or in 2019, should have happened. You are running Saturn Ketu right now. Post this, you should get married. So after March of 2026 is when you should get married, Goldie Shabra. Any marriage before that is not recommended by me. Not before 2026, because that's going to create problem. Yes. Um, and Goldie, sorry to like give you that sense. There is also a possibility of sannyasa in your chart. Um, so, but yeah, you can ignore that. I hope you've not been in the wrong track or in the wrong path in your life. That's all I'll say. Um, so, do not get married before 2026 because you have Saturn Ketu running. I do not advise marriages in Ketu. That will lead to divorce again. So do not do that. Post that, you can get married. You can find the right partner for you in the next 1 year. In the next 1 year in 2024, if you find the right partner, ask that partner to wait for you for 1 year. Okay, that is important, and then you should be good. Star Pixie. So 28 1 1993, 6:29 a.m. Colombo, Western Sri Lanka. Um, Had a bad time in Ketu Mahadasha with failure in career and love. How's my future looking? Is medicine good career choice for me? Um, so one thing is that your Ketu is in the fifth house, as I can see right now. You have Saturn in the Lagna with Sun and Mercury. You are a Capricorn ascendant, Venus and Moon in the third house. Venus is an exaltation with Moon. That's a good placement. Ketu is in the house of Venus in the fifth house. Mars is in retrograde in the sixth house. Jupiter in the ninth house in Virgo. Rahu in Scorpio in 11th. So, from a career perspective, how is the future looking like? See, it's going to be good. You're going to make a good amount of money. There is Jupiter sitting in the house of luck, aspecting its own house where Venus and Moon are sitting. So, you're going to do well in your career there. You will have to, of course, put in efforts, and I think you will put in efforts. But see, Saturn is in your Lagna in the own sign. It will take time for you to to grow in your career, in your life. You will face a lot of hurdles. Okay. But that's okay, because Mercury is sitting combust. You might have some kind of communication issues as well. So is Saturn, boy. It's in the Dhanishta nakshatra in its own sign, but it is combust under Sun. So keep a check of your anger. Okay. Career wise, I see you making decent amount of money. Lord of 10th is sitting sixth to itself, so you will end up doing a job, and you will do well in that job as well in the long run. एक तो, yeah, business seems less likely. So even if you want to go in this field of medicine, that profession will be like being employed as a doctor, not running your own practice. And so yeah, I think I've answered this question for you. You can see medicine from Venus as well as Jupiter, and your Venus is your 10th lord. And if you see your 10th lord and your seventh lord, which is Moon, they are sitting in conjunction together in the third house. So uh, that's a good combination. Though they are sitting in the Trishada house, is the third house. So Upchaya house, actually, not Trishada, sorry. It's the Upchaya house. So they are in the third house, and it will take time for you to accomplish things. You will take a lot of time, and we've discussed about this. Pursuing medicine is not a bad idea, but any profession that you choose, you will take a lot of time to succeed in life. Success is not going to come easy, but whenever it comes, it's going to come big. Okay. So Star Pixie, I hope that is helpful. Guys, if you're listening to the responses, can you please smash that like button? I don't see enough likes coming in today. The next question is that of Ravi. It's 11th June 1989, 6:39 a.m. Chennai. Guys, just wanted to announce that I might not. Abhinav, I gave you your predictions as a combination of both transit and your chart. So you had a combination news, and if you're not able to connect the dots, you might want to re-listen to the reading, and you should also check some of the readings that I post for your respective zodiac signs. So that should be helpful for you. Okay. We will get back to the next reading of Ravi Shankar. He's saying, I'm looking for a companion in life more seriously now. I've always faced career problems when I start looking. How will career be impacted post marriage? Okay. So he has a very specific question: how career gets impacted post marriage. You are a Gemini ascendant, Venus in the first house, Mars in the second house. Mars is debilitated, so your second house is afflicted. Moon and Ketu, oh boy. Moon and Ketu sitting in the third house, aspected by Rahu from ninth. So you say every time I face career problems when you start looking. Okay, that's interesting. Saturn and retrograde in the seventh house, your marriage will be delayed. Jupiter, Sun, and Mercury in the 12th house in the sign of Venus. So yeah, your marriage will be delayed. Your career would be impacted. Good thing is Jupiter is at least looking at that aspect of it, but it is the house of Mars, and you will continually have problems in your career. It's not about marriage. You will continually have problems in your career in terms of one or the other stop coming your way. You do something, then you get another idea or another job, and then something happens, and there is a delay or there is a gap. I definitely see that in your chart. But I think, Ravi, the purpose of this channel is to find areas of improvement and where we can see and do better. And you can make your luck stronger because your Rahu is in the sign of Aquarius. Okay, it's sitting in the ninth house itself, but your moon is afflicted with Ketu. Problem is, you are a guy who is imagining things. Okay, and you're not focused. You're You're not working hard. I can tell you that. I can see your chart and I can tell you this is just the chart of a lazy guy. Um, you've come here to ask question. I really appreciate that, but there is something wrong. Either you are imagining things a lot and not working hard enough in that direction, and that's a challenge I see in your chart. So what we need to do, that's what we keep talking at devastrology, is how do we fix our planetary positions or act in a karmic alignment to that. You need to start working harder. You need to start doing meditation. Trust me, boss, if you do that, it is going to fix a lot of things in your life. Fix your moon, help your moon. Your Mars is also afflicted, and that's another challenge. So your peace at home also gets impacted some way or the other. um, Jupiter sitting third to itself from a profession perspective, and sixth to itself from a business or ninth house perspective. So your partner will keep having some kind of medical issues or health issues as well. You will get delays in your marriage. So plan around it. But the harder you work, the stronger will your luck be. I can tell you that. It's Rahu, not one of my favorite positions, but it is sitting in a very good sign. Okay, and it is going to give you luck. But you need to fix your hard work. You need to fix yourself. There is no other feedback that I have for you. My friend, if you work hard, you will see a lot of changes in your life. So whatever you're trying to connect the dots by saying, when you start looking, you face problems in career, those problems will continue to be there, but you'll fix those problems if you address your issues in your chart. And I don't think you're doing that. Please give me feedback, Ravi, if you're listening to this. If you agree with the feedback, then do call out that yes, Dave, that's the right call out or the wrong call out. Hemant Karat, 6th December 1993, 6th December 1993, 10:54 a.m. Solapur. Oh boy, you have one, two, three, four, five planets in your 11th house. Beautiful. हेमंत कराट, ट्राइंग फॉर आईटी सेक्टर जॉब कब तक हो गया बॉस? Well, you should not be even coming to this channel. You have such a beautiful 11th house. Uh, but okay, I'll give you some interesting tips. So, Hemant, you are a Capricorn ascendant. You have Saturn sitting in your second house in its own sign of Aquarius. Ketu in your fifth house in the sign of Taurus. Moon is afflicted. It is sitting in a friendly sign, but it is sitting in the eighth house. Okay. Jupiter in your 10th house, and then you have Rahu, Mars, Sun, Mercury, and Venus sitting in the sign of Scorpio in the 11th house. Okay, that's why I was so impressed. Let me see if anything. Oh boy, the Lord in itself is combust. Oh shit. Oh, it's okay. It'll still handle. It's at least in its own sign. It is combust, boy. Uh, Hemant, you are going to have wish fulfillment in your life sooner or later. Okay, your Lagna Lord is sitting second to itself in its own sign, so you are going to make a lot of money in life. Uh, and when you were saying that you're looking for an IT sector job, why job? Like, why are you struggling with a job? You should, even if you're struggling right now, you will figure that out. You need to address your moon. Okay, address your moon, Hemant, because it is in the eighth house. That is why you are thinking, you are having this feeling that everything is troubled in your life and nothing is working out and things of that sort. That is not at all the case. Hemant, you have an extraordinarily strong chart placement. Whatever you desire, you will achieve it. Just work towards it. It will come sooner or later. Whatever you think of, I'm not kidding, whatever you think of, just be on the right track. Okay, because whatever you do, it's gonna accumulate in your karmas as well. So please do not go in the wrong direction. Hemant, you gonna get whatever you want. That's all I'll say. So stop worrying. Your only challenge in your chart is your moon, eighth house. Just stop worrying, and for that, do Om Namah. It's even in a good sign. Moon is in a good sign, but it's in a bad house. That's the only problem. Hemant, else you have got a crazily good chart. Okay, so बहुत रेयर होता है ऐसे, बहुत स्ट्रांग, वेरी नाइस. सोनम किरण, assuming Sonam you're a female, 25 9 88, 25 9 88, 1837, Bhagalpur, Bihar. And the question from Sonam is, I want to pursue PhD masters. Will it be right to do it in my ongoing Ketu Dasha? Okay. Just 1 second, guys. We just had the sunrise in the winters. I need to adjust the window shades because it's reflecting on my screen. Give me a minute, guys. Oh, boy. It's still not helpful, but we'll at least get started. I think it's the beautiful morning sunrise. The sun is still very close to the horizon, so it'll get better in a few minutes. But see, every Saturday morning, I miss offering water to God. That's so bad of me, and I need to do it. Uh, Anyways, so guys, I hope he's happy that I'm doing my karma. That is more important. We are moving into the next chart. So I think the question was for Sonam Skundli, where she says, I want to pursue PhD masters. Will it be good to do in my Ketu Mahadasha? Yes, you are running Ketu Mahadasha until 2028. It is sitting in your fifth house, in the house of education as well. So I think you've asked the right question. I understand where you're coming from, Sonam. Um, Sonam, let me just quickly check. So you are in Ketu Moon right now, uh, and you'll have Ketu Mars in the right after that, and then Rahu comes in. Let me check your moon position. Moon is in 12th. Are you planning to do your PhD from any international place? If yes, if yes, and you want to initiate your submission to some international university or something of that sort, then please go ahead and do it. I would have not advised going for it because just because things would have been tough. But see, both your Mars and Moon are sitting in the 12th house, forming a foreign connection in the sign of Jupiter, Pisces, and then Jupiter sitting third to itself means uh, you will reach there with your own hard work and efforts. Okay. So and it is in retrograde as well, so it's in the enemy sign, but it's aspecting the ascendant back, so it gives you that bent of mind to educate yourself, study hard, and things like that. And then sun is second to itself where Ketu is sitting, right? So you will continue to work in a job or something of that sort. I'm assuming you're not in a business profession, and I don't see that happening for that reason. um, oh, you would actually at some point in time even try that, but एक दो तीन चार यार थोड़ा tough है. So yeah, go for it. I know this question is a very genuine question. It's a good question you asked, Sonam. But until Mars Mahadasha, you have a decent opportunity. In fact, even from a Rahu standpoint, your Rahu is good. It's sitting in Aquarius. So until 2025 uh, September, you can always try and see what works for you, Sonam, and then go for it. I will say, do not skip a good opportunity coming your way if that's the case. All right, next chart is that of Vicky. Assuming Vicky is a guy, 7/5/1993. Times 6:31 p.m. and place is Mangalore. So, Vicky's question is, shall I continue pursuing CA course? Or I forgot to ask this question last time. You're a Libra ascendant, Moon in the second house, along with Rahu. So there is an affliction there with Ketu sitting bang opposite in the eighth house. Saturn in its own sign in fifth house in 11th. So Saturn means lot of hard work, and it's in the sign of profession, lot of writing and struggling. So actually, CA might not be a bad profession for you. And then you have Mercury and Sun in conjunction in your seventh house in the sign of Aries. Sun is sitting exalted there. Mercury is another sign of a lot of calculations and numbers, number crunching and stuff. And Saturn says that there will be some delays, but it is its own sign. I see Saturn giving a lot better results in Aquarius when compared to Capricorn. I don't know what you guys believe, but that's my personal observation. So, Vicky, please continue pursuing CA. It's not a bad profession for you. It's actually better for you because your Mars is in debilitation in the 10th house. So instead of going for a Mars related profession, I'll advise you to go for this field itself. Go for CA. It is a much better choice for you. And if you guys are listening to this, feedback, and you found your answers, I will recommend you to please smash that like button. Really want that, because I don't know, there's a very slow response coming in from you guys today. It's very unlikely. Maybe I changed the time, and that is the reason some of the users aren't there. um, Avinash, uh, Avinash is asking, sir, where are you from? I'm from India, but I settled in US. I'm an American resident, so yeah, I'm in California. Um, Tanvi has the next question. Uh, Tanvi is from Shanjapur. She's asked questions multiple times, so we'll take her question again. Um, 7:10 a.m. Shahjahanpur, Uttar Pradesh. She's asked, how is your 2024 gonna be in general? Tanvi, 2024, I will be releasing videos. I know I'm delayed on that front, and it's so bad of me to keep telling that, accepting that I'm delayed in every weekly session. But you guys will see bunch of videos releasing this week. Lot of interesting videos, by the way. Lot of interesting videos. Please watch those videos because I'll release a bunch of videos this week. But Tanvi, overall, you're a Leo ascendant, and 2024, just from your chart perspective, it's going to be run by, you are in the Moon Mahadasha, so it's going to be run by Moon Venus and Moon Sun. Tanvi, my request to you is please watch the Moon Mahadasha video. It is one of the best videos I've created, because typically Moon Mahadasha happens to be a good Mahadasha for most of the people. Uh, they tend to ignore it. Tanvi, my request to you would be, please go ahead and watch the Moon Mahadasha video. You will get a lot of your answers. Your moon is sitting with Ketu. It is in an affliction, okay, and it is aspected by Rahu as well. Mm, So it's you need to find some way to focus in your life. You need to find some way to converge your energies, especially in your education, if you're a student still. So try and do that. And I would not want to talk much about romance right now, but you might want to think in that direction in terms of converging your energies and trying to do something better for yourself. uh, if you are able to counter that, I think you will have a much fruitful period. But the good part is you are running moon Venus, and then you will have moon Sun. So, and Sun is sitting in the sign of moon itself, right? Please watch that video. You will find the answers. You will find some good answers, and you will be very, very happy. Overall, I think that's going to be a very pleasant year for you. uh, and I think if you watch that, because I have given a 20 about 45-minute detailed insight in that moon video, so that'll give you a sense. That's why I'm urging, whatever you get here, it's hardly 1 or 2 minutes, but there you'll get a lot of detailed insight. So I hope that's helpful. The next question is from Sandhya. Guys, please smash that like button. I see just 11 likes coming in so far. Sandhya is 12th of May 2002. Time of birth is 10:45, and Sandhya's place of birth is Delhi. Sandhya, old Delhi, new Delhi, which Delhi? There is a Delhi in California as well, just to let you know. So, okay, I've picked up one of that. Sandhya, I've picked up. I hope we've picked up the right location in Delhi. But Sandhya's question is about married life and profession. Sandhya, you are a Cancer ascendant. You have another very interesting chart. Um, Ketu in your fifth house, Sun and Moon sitting in your 10th house, where your Sun is exalted and Moon, as I was expecting in Bharni Nakshatra, yes, it is combust. And then you have Rahu, Mercury, Mars, Venus, and Saturn in your 11th house, and Jupiter in your 12th house. Venus sitting in its own sign. The most prominent one in that house is Mercury, but Mercury and Venus conjunction, Mars and Venus conjunction, Saturn and Venus conjunction, Rahu and Venus conjunction, Rahu in the sign of Venus. Awesome. So this is another chart that will have all wish fulfillment coming through. So we've seen two such charts in today's live reading. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Sandhya Yadav, again, please be mindful of what you pick. Be very careful in your romantic relationships, ma'am. When everything is going good in the chart, then there are some hidden things that you have to be very careful about, and there is a lot of pain I see there. So be very clever and sharp. Not clever, actually. Be very clever in your romantic relationships, because you will tend to want a lot. And when that happens, yes, wish fulfillment will happen, but pain will also come together. So be very clear. Even pray to God with what you desire, because your fulfillment is so strong that you need to be sure of what you are desiring. Your career, it's going to be good. Your Sun is sitting exalted in the 10th house. You will do very well. Your Moon is combust. The Lagnesh is sitting in the 10th house. That's again a good thing, but Moon has got combust, and Moon is in a Amavasya yoga actually there. So it's like it's not getting any light because it's right under the Sun. um, but still, from a profession standpoint, you're going to do very well. Whatever profession you choose, you're going to excel. Like, I've absolutely no words. You want to do your own venture, you will succeed. You want to do you want to go in the profession of working somewhere, you might even end up going abroad for your job. So, Sunday Adav, you're in a good space. Don't worry much. Aman Nishad, uh, Aman, I'm assuming Aman Nishad, you're a guy. 33, 1996. Okay, so your question is 11th 11 p.m. Uttar Pradesh. Want to know about Rahu, Havat, and fifth house, Muntha, and fifth house according to Triti Pravesh chart. Please tell me best time to propose. Dasha Ve Boss. Aman Nishad. If you know so much about astrology, how can you give me your birthplace as Uttar Pradesh? Are you kidding me? Something is wrong. Boss. This is inaccurate, incomplete information. I'll have to skip. Jahan, do I have a broad settlement after marriage? Date of birth, time, Rajkot. Okay. Jahan, I'm assuming you're a guy. And date of birth, 1st of January, 1st, 1987, 1987, 7:50 a.m. Rajkot. Guys, today I might make a stop at the requisite time. I will not be able to extend like I usually do. So there will be a hard stop after the usual 2 hour duration. So uh, I might do a bit early as well today. Just feeling a little tired. I don't know why. So your question is with respect to a broad settlement. Saturn and Venus sitting in your 12th house. In your first house, you have Sun with Mercury in the sign of Sagittarius, Moon in the second house in Capricorn, Jupiter in third house of Aquarius, Rahu and Mars in your fourth house, Ketu in your fifth house. Um, and you're currently running your Rahu Mahadasha. So yeah, eventually you're going to make a house. Um, yeah, your peace of mind is disturbed there. Somehow you um, Moon and Mars. You might have a chance in 2025, post 2025, or rather in the second half of 2025. I see a good possibility of you settling abroad. If you're not already settled, ideally you should have. So if you've not been already settled abroad, then in 2025 you have a good chance that you will move out, and you might even buy a home or some property abroad, but you might not be able to enjoy it fully. Yeah, unfortunately, you might not be able to enjoy it fully, but you will make a property. Okay, John. I hope that gives you your answer. So there is a possibility. Yes, you will settle abroad, but not leverage your asset the way you would want. And the second half of 2025, I see from second half of 2025, I see a possibility of you settling abroad. Okay, next chart is that of Gita. Um, 16 to 1985. 16 to 1985. What is your time of birth? Vaishnav Gita, you've not provided your time of birth. You've just provided birth year and place, and you've posted the question in a rush. I'm sorry, I got to skip that. Richa, thank you for your guidance. Welcome, Richa. Thank you. Appreciate that. Please smash the like button, guys. That will be helpful. Abhinav, for the benefit of the larger audience, are the prediction based? Abhinav, if that question is coming, that means you're not watching my videos properly. You are coming on a transaction basis, my friend. That's inappropriate. Um, if I were to do a transit reading and transit prediction, then why would I need to come on a live session? Why would I ask for your birth details? That's the basic. Um, and why would I speak out your planetary positions and rashis? Abhinav, come on. Star Pixie, thank you so much for the detailed prediction. Appreciate it so much as always. God bless you. Thank you, Star Pixie. Silajit. Um, Silajit has the next question. Silajit, I'm assuming you're a guy. 6 8 1989. 6 8 1989. 11:30 a.m. Durgapur, Bengal. Um, Please tell me, when will my marriage takes place and how would my spouse be? You've asked this question, Silajit, and repeat. And I'm not sure if you watched the last video or not, and I think I answered this last time as well. So you are currently running your Mercury Mahadasha. Uh, your Mercury is in exaltation. It's in good placement. You had a very good chance of getting married until November of 2023. I'm not sure what happened there. That was the your best period to get married, to be honest with you. You're a Scorpio ascendant, Saturn in retrograde in the second house, Rahu in the fourth house, Jupiter in the eighth house, Ketu, Sun, and Mars in your 10th house, Venus and Mercury in your 11th house, and Moon in your 12th house. Moon in 12th, it's in Libra sign, but it is in 12th. And Venus's niche pung is happening because Mercury is in exaltation, sitting with it. So you were running your Mercury Mahadasha, and you had very good period in 2023. If that's not happening, then I think you may want to wait. Boy, you may want to wait post 2024 October. You will have another good window till the entire 2025. That's another good window when you should get married. Yeah. So later half of 2024 till entire 2025 will be a very good period, Silajit, for you to find a good partner. This was the best period, by the way. I'm not sure what happened, but yeah. Sonam, yes, Sade Sati videos. Sonam, I'm myself going through a Sade Sati. And yes, so is my son. So I have to make a Sade Sati video. You are so right, Sonam. Please give me, oh boy, let me actually take down that as an action item right here, right now. Sonam, you've given me a good task. I really appreciate this kind of feedback. My YouTube schedule and Sade Sati for Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. I've taken that action item. Blah, shit, man. What's the date today? December 9th. Let me move that action item to December 10th. Yeah, I will shoot this video. It's very important to do a Sade Sati video. Um, and I've been thinking about it for a while, but I've not been able to put that in place. So my sincere apologies for not doing that. I get your feedback. I'll do that, and I'm sure there will be a lot of you who would be interested in a Sade Sati video. So I will put that in motion pretty damn soon, guys. Sonam, thank you. You are one of the best subscribers who's giving me instructions, who's giving me, a task to do, and I love you for that. I really appreciate that. All right. Uh, Chandana Poleti, female. What is your question? You've given your date, time, place. What is your question, Chandana Poleti? There is no question. I'm sorry, I can't help you, my friend. I, d- I don't know what you want to know. So, Ravi Shankar, thanks for the reading, sir. I've always been a hardworking person with occasional drop of energy due to lack of success. Everything takes longer, and I agree that I tend to get from luck from nowhere. Exactly, Ravi. If you keep pushing hard, things are going to come your way. Hemant, I'm also interested in astrology. Hemant, um, yeah, I've not been having enough time to put together the course that I've been referring to. I will release that soon because I want to release it in a Netflix sort of a fashion wherein you guys can subscribe and learn from it and not spend too much money. I see a lot of astrologers posting in courses for $20,000 rupees, 35,000 rupees, 40,000 rupees. They've made this like a huge profession. That is not exactly the goal. So I wanna just disrupt that, change that thing for everybody, and I want to make it as easy as a Netflix. So give me some time. Trust me, I've bought the domain name. I've put a lot of things in place from a tech standpoint, but I'm just running short of time. I'm doing multiple things at my end, so I shouldn't be complaining. Anyways, Hemant will take care of that. Thank you for the feedback again, Hemant, on the channel front. I like when people like you give that sort of insight. So the next question is from Hema Bhushan Santara Sangran. Uh, all right, I think Hema, you asked the question last time as well. I'm again picking up you as a male, 9th of August, 1980. Uh, oh boy, Hemabhushan, you missed putting out your time. I haven't saved up your chart as well. You missed posting your time. If you're online and you can please give me complete information, Hemabhushan, that'll help. You have posted your question. I distinctly remember you asking about job as well last time too. And I had given you your answer both on job and marriage perspective last time, but you had provided all the details. Okay, 6:24 p.m. mail. Got it. Thank you. 18:24 p.m. mail. Um, Kuala Lumpur. And guys, don't do this, that you post your questions and then you run away hoping that I'm going to join at a later point in time, and that's where when you're not on the video at the right time, there is a lack of information and you lose yourself in the queue. So please stay back and watch. You have to be patient to listen to the readings of the other people as well. Hemabhushan, your question is, you've lost your job recently, you are planning to get married next year, is that a favorable time? I think I did give you an answer last time as well. You're running your Venus Madasha. Within your Venus, you have your moon running in until June, and then Mars coming in post that. So your moon is in a good placement in its own sign, but it is in a sorry, it's in a rough placement with respect to house. It's in the eighth house there. So it is with Sun and Mercury and Rahu. It's a deadly combination, multiple things happening there. And then you have Venus in your seventh house, Ketu in your second house, Mars and Saturn in your 10th house, and Jupiter in your ninth house. Now, with respect to job and profession, you will find it. Don't worry about it. You've lost your job, you will find it. Your lot of profession is sitting 11th to itself, so things will work out. You should be able to crack a decent job. Your wish fulfillment actually will happen with your wife coming in. So you will find that once you get married, a lot of your dreams that you had in your life will come true. um, and your question was, if you're getting married next year, yes, it's not a bad time. It's not a bad year for you to get married. You will be running Moon, and then Mars will pick up, and Mars. Actually, you will have a better time of the career in the second half of the year. Yeah, from June onwards, you will see a lot of uptick in your career. Lot of uptick in your career. There will be a lot of improvement in your career from the second half of 2024. You have to be patient until then, and getting married next year is not a bad time. It's a good period for you. Okay. um, so Hema Bhushan, I hope you found that answer. Anjana Chaudhary, Anjana Chaudhary's question is 3rd Jan 1996. Jan 1996. Anjana's time of birth is 2:34 a.m. And Anjana, you've missed giving me your birthplace. I'm sorry, I don't know if you've posted it again later somewhere. Uh, I, Hema Bhushan says last time there was a mistake with the time. Okay, so Hema Bhushan, whatever time you gave me, based on that, I've made your prediction. And this time around, yes, your moon seems to be in the eighth house, but you're still running a good dasha, Venus dasha, and that's what I told you. Within that, Antardasha also seems good for you. So getting married, don't get worked up. It seems like that it's a good period. And Anjana, you've not provided your details in terms of place, so I'll have to skip this, unfortunately. Arnab Sarkar, Arnab, I don't have a question from you. What's happening, guys? I think you've posted a question later, Arnab, so I will come back to your question later. Aditya says, how will be my spouse and her financial status? Dude, you've worried about her financial status. That's interesting. Okay. 2810. So you want to marry a rich girl or you want to marry a poor girl and make her life better? What's, what's the what's the backdrop to this question? Guys, smash that like button. I'm cracking jokes as well while I'm predicting. Come on. Um, this is not fair. I'm just getting 14 likes today. I'm not happy with that. Um, time is 22:19. Mahasamund. Mahasamund Chhattisgarh. Okay. So you want to know your spouse's first. Are you already married, or you are headed towards a divorce? 1991. You're 32 years old. Um, you. I don't know if this is some kind of a test or something, but are you divorced? And now you're asking that question to me to see if your wife, to see if I can accurately predict her profession. But I think, um, yeah, there is a very strong prediction of Aditya. If okay, so I think you're asking the wrong question. If your question is what would be her profession and all that stuff, doesn't matter. If you're seriously trying to understand something about your spouse, Aditya, and watching this video, my friend, please be very careful in your marriage. Um, you please do not have illusions, do not have suspicions towards your wife. If you're not married, then try and establish a lot of trust and faith and belief in your spouse. um, uh, Try and have confidence in her. um, you, if you find a spouse of your own choice, that would be better for you, but you will have to continue to work on your relationship. Seventh, eighth, ninth, yeah, You have to continue to work on your relationships, and let me tell you, your spouse would be lucky for you, so do not leave her. Okay, you will have fights, you will have a lot of challenges, but do not leave her, because her walking in your life is going to make your life better. And if you are headed towards divorce, do not do that. Do not do that. Yes, if you are headed towards divorce, um, just somehow try to overcome the challenges you are having in your married life. If you do that, it's going to be much better for you. And if you're not married and you're asking that question, then your Saturn is sitting in the eighth house. That's also a little troublesome. While it is the lord of that house, it is sitting in, in not such a good position. Plus, you're running Saturn Mahadasha as well. Your mind is afflicted. Your moon is afflicted with Ketu and Rahu. That is the reason I'm calling all these things out. So if it was a test, I'm telling you, forget the test. I would advise you to be very, very loving and caring towards your partner. Um, Having a lot of trust. There are some trust issues popping in from your end, okay, not from her end, from your end. And yeah, especially till April, you have to be very careful. Please, please, please be very careful towards your marriage. Uh, Somehow sail through this period. If you sail through this period, you will do very well. And if you're not married, then you should get married post April, in the second half of 2024 till 2026. It's a much better period. Okay, it's a good period. People do get married in Sade Sati. People do get married in Saturn Mahadasha. Saturn. I don't know if it was a test question. If you're already divorced, and if you are heading towards that, please do not do it, my friend. Just somehow, I know it might be mentally very tough for you. Just somehow sail through this problem for 4 more months, at least so we are in December, 5 more months. Okay, just please have that patience. Night is the darkest uh, right before the tunnel ends. So there is like, right, sorry, I've mixed up two quotes together. Night is the darkest right before the dawn, or right before the tunnel ends and you see light. You see everything is dark, nothing is working out. So just bear for 5 months, my friend, and you should be in a better spot. Aditya, you'll do very well. Marriage is going to be lucky for you. You're going to see improvement in your luck if you do that. Sorry, I took a lot of time for this one because I felt this guy needs help, and that's why I did not detail out the complete chart, because this guy needs help. um, my prayers are with you, Aditya. You should do well. And if you're not married, that is the best thing to happen right now. You're not married. Get married in the second half, okay? Um, Bali, 6/8, 1988, 4:30 a.m. Shimla. Bali's question is, when is the right time to marry? Times have been very stressful and unrewarding. When will I have a good phase begin in my life? So 1988, you're about 35, 36. I'm not sure if you're asking about your second marriage or something, but Bali, I think you asked this question last time as well. I see a loss of spouse or a divorce in your chart. Either your spouse will pass away due to some health condition, or strong chances of divorce, lack of peace at home. Uh, yeah, but you have a very strong willed mind. You have an exalted moon sitting with Jupiter forming Gaj Kesari Yoga in your 11th house, in the house of wish fulfillment. uh, it's just from the spouse front that we see this problem, and you're running your Rahu Mahadasha. It's a good, I think financially you should be doing pretty well. It's a good Mahadasha running for you. um, yeah, Mars is sitting in the house of Jupiter in a friendly sign, and Jupiter is third to itself. Luck grows with your hard work. um, all wish fulfillment there. Sun and Mercury in the first house. So Buddha Aditya Yoga in this thing itself, though Mercury is combust. So your question was, when is the right time to marry? Avoid getting married until December 2025. बस जैसे ही जुपिटर महादशा starts, get married. Find a partner, but don't get married now. I know I'm asking you to not get married. You're 1988, 35, 36. Like the moment your Jupiter Dasha starts, it's such a good period for you, okay? Otherwise, if you really, really want to push things, then 2025 is what I will say. Avoid 2024. Actually, 2024, you can find the partner, you can find the love interest. So if you, yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. So next year, if you find somebody you're dating with, that you want to spend your life with her, that's okay. Okay, that's okay. And उसमें भी ना, see, that's where now I'll have to go and see the charts and see the right dashas and stuff, because I'm doing a snapshot reading, guys. When you ask such important questions of life, then it can't be done in a snapshot prediction. Then I have to go into the nuances and intricacies, and I will give something wrong in a fast mode. Then you guys will say that this guy doesn't know shit. That's not the point. It's just that I don't have enough time to look into it. But you had a better period in until July 2023. Ideally, you should have found somebody, or you would have dated somebody during that period. So if you've not pushed forward, my suggestion is date. Continue to date. You will find a good partner in 2024. There's a very strong chance of finding the right partner in these 2 years until December of 2025, and then you can get married. And I'm telling you the logic. Moon is aspecting your fifth house. Lord of fifth is Mars sitting in your ninth house in the house of luck. So there is a connection. Hawa mein nahi bol raha main. There is a connection. Okay. But exact period I'm trying to avoid because of Rahu. Even Rahu is in a good placement, but it's in the wrong house. It's in the eighth house. It's in the Aquarius sign. Okay. So sign is good, house is bad. And Ketu is sitting in the second, so it will continue to give problems. Even if you have an exalted moon, you are saying you are going through a stressful phase. You understand, Balli, why I'm giving all these insights? So, these kind of things is where paid consultation is needed, because I need to spend time and I can't do everything in a short span of time for you. Anyways, Hema Bhushan, we've done your reading. Vicky, thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you, Vicky. Aman Nishad, I'm sorry, yaar, I've now lost your question. You have to combine everything in one place and give. Okay, you've posted everything later. Okay, so Sudeep's question is next. Sudeep says, Sudeep, if you are asking your next few years of Ketu Mahadasha, then you should watch a detailed video on Ketu Mahadasha, my friend. I have done a very detailed video on Ketu Mahadasha, and I don't know what else to advise people, but I will look at your chart quickly and see what we see there. Amritsar, Punjab. So it's my request, Sudeep, please go and check that out. It's a good video. Your Ketu is in second house with Jupiter. Good thing is it is in Scorpio. Actually, second house is not a great placement, second and eighth axis. Boy. But it's in a good sign. Ketu's other sign is Scorpio. Okay. So you will find at least some solace with that. And you are running. Arey baap re baap. You're still in Mercury Mahadasha. Okay. And that's why you're already preparing for Ketu, is it? Please watch my Ketu Mahadasha video. I cannot repeat everything, but to give you a sense, I would want you to watch two videos. Actually, three. Sudeep, watch three videos. You will get all the answers. And the reason I'm saying you'll get all the answers, because those are that is about 2 hours of content just for your placement, Sudeep. Okay. The first video is Ketu Mahadasha. That gives you an understanding of how your Mahadasha would look like. Okay. The second video is the Rahu Ketu transit for Libra ascendant. Okay, Rahu Ketu transit for Libra ascendant, and that is where you will see that for your chart how would your next year would be, which is 2024. The third video is, please take a note of it, Rahu Ketu transit for Moon Rashi, and the Moon Rashi for you is Aquarius. Watch these three videos, and if you do not find your answers, let us discuss next week. But right now you are in Mercury Mahadasha. It's in your 11th house. It is with Venus, good conjunction. You are running a good period. Please enjoy it to the fullest before Ketu comes in. Saturn is in your first house. Mercury, Saturn is what you're gonna end up with. Saturn is the Antardasha, last Antardasha, and then Ketu announcement will come. My friend, please watch all those videos and brace up. That's all I can say. Please be prepared. Something, Ketu's in the second house. So, fuck. Some challenging news might come your way. But ठीक है, you'll fight it out. You'll fight it out. Watch those three videos. You'll get a lot of sense, Sudeep. Aman has made a comeback with another question. 1996. 11 p.m. Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so question is, Venus Mercury is running. Okay, good for you. 2020 Venus Rahu should be running here. What is the question? Male Dasha Venus Mercury Rahu have returned in fifth house, Munta in fifth house this year according to Tithi Pravesh chart. Please tell us about best time to propose. Bhai, what are you talking about? Your Dasha is Venus Rahu. Unless you are referring to Venus Rahu Mercury. If that's what you meant, but you are running Venus and Rahu, I'm not sure what you're trying to say. Rahu half return in fifth house. This is according to the Pravesh. Rahu half return in fifth house. Please tell us about bedtime to propose. Propose what? Are you planning to propose to someone? I think because you're talking all about fifth house, I'm assuming you are looking to propose to some lady, I believe. See, your fifth house lord is sitting in 12th house, and it is sitting 8th through itself. So you might be having some sort of an hidden affair. You might also have an affair with someone who is not of your religion, caste, or community. I see a very strong possibility of you doing that. Aman, Nishad, I think you're connected with someone and you are having a secret, some sort of secret connect with this person. So many beautiful things in your chart. I really like your chart. Uh, Especially your 10th house has some interesting things going on there. Not 10th, not 10th. यहाँ के बैठा हुआ है. So yeah, so specific to your question, see, what I would want to see is, I'm assuming you are in a rush, okay? So if you are in a rush, do not propose until March. Skip January, skip March. Propose between I want you to get your Venus Rahu Venus thing intact, okay? Because if you form a connection with seventh, peace of mind, and 12th, you see what I'm trying to say? If you form that connection, that would be a much better uh, thing for you to happen. हालांकि अभी भी चांस है, you're a Gemini ascendant, and I try to tell most of things from the Lagna itself in the snapshot. Please wait till March, 15th of March. Let that Ketu thing pass away for you. And I'm assuming you meant by Venus Mercury, Venus Rahu Mercury angle. Okay. So post March would be a better period. I hope that gives you your answer. All right, my friend. Next question. All right. Arnab Sarkar. Question is about my upcoming year struggle. Arnab had asked that question a couple of times. So, Pillager Captain, before we pick up your question, Arnab has posted before as well, and he had missed one detail. Okay. So, Arnab, it will not be a detailed reading that you want everything about your career, life, ye, wo, दुनियादारी. Just be, just to set your expectations, yeah, because ये फ्री में बैठा हुआ है आदमी तो कुछ भी लगा दे धंधे पे है. Oh, man. Bengal से हो. I was expecting. Okay. I'm just kidding. Don't worry. Balurghat, Bengal. So, Arnab, you are a Sagittarius ascendant. Okay. So, do me a favor. Please go ahead and watch some videos about your ascendant. I've given for the upcoming years, I've given Rahu Ketu, I've given Saturn videos, I've put in Jupiter videos as well. And next coming week, in the next 1 week, I will ensure that you get sign based 2024 prediction as well. Okay. So Sagittarius ascendant, it will help you earn up to get you an understanding from that particular perspective. Just very quick brief is that your Lord ascendant is sitting seven to itself along with Mars. It's sitting in the enemy sign, but it is sitting with a friend. Your Sun, Saturn, Mercury, Rahu are sitting in the sixth house in the sign of Venus. Venus is sitting with Moon in the eighth house. Moon is in a bad spot, but it is in its own sign. That is the only respite. And then Ketu is sitting in Scorpio in 12th. You should figure out a profession. You actually have good. If you go to a business, you will have losses. If you do a job, you will do very well in a job. Very strong placement for job placement. Um, you will find success. See, there is a Vipreet Rajyog in place for you, Arnab Sarkar, which means when somebody else has a fuck up in life, you make money. Or the other way to look at it is that like Vipreet Rajyog, it makes me laugh, but it gives you lessons in the first half of your life, and then it rewards you, right? So it's going to give you rewards. Just be patient, Arnab. Things are going to be good for you. You have started with Ketu Mahadasha, my friend. Please watch the Ketu Mahadasha video as well. But see, you have a Vipreet Rajyog, so things will work out for you, but they will take time. Good part is you are 2002 born, you are 21 years old. Ketu Dasha has come early in your life. That is good for you. Means God is happy with you for some reason that you are facing challenges earlier in the life. Okay. When Ketu Mahadasha comes early in life, means it is good. In your case, it has come at the time when profession is going to be of key importance. So please slog hard during this period. You will have to slog hard in terms of finding a good job and stuff. Mentally, you will be thinking about things which do not need thinking. So Arnab Sarkar, please fix that thing in you. At least Venus is there and Moon is in its own sign, वरना तो पता नहीं क्या होता. At least please do not overthink, यार. Do not overthink. Do not think about stuff which is not in your control. That is seen in your chart. That's the problem. Okay. If you try and fix that, um, there is struggle, yaar. Ketu Mahadasha is going to be running. There is struggle. There is problems, but you will sail through it, my friend. You will sail through it. and keep focused in your job. Any kind of debts, loans, health, that will be addressed. Don't worry about it. At least the Rahu Ketu axis is a good axis for you. So you will have less painful Ketu period when compared to others. Everybody has pain, you will have less pain, trust me. Pleasure, Captain. Again, again, a question where somebody is asking something very general. So Vidya, Vidya is that person. I'm assuming Vidya, you're a female. 22 11 1984. You ask a general question and I will give a general answer. Okay. So, how will be my Mercury Mahadasha and overall health, wealth, and family life? Um, you are currently in your Mercury Mahadasha. Yes, correct. You are in Mercury Moon now. And then see, I will do a complete Mahadasha video for Mercury as well. So I'm not going to give you a complete prediction here because it's gonna. I mean, my most of my Mahadasha videos are almost 45 minutes to 1 hour long. But we'll talk specifically about this Antardasha itself for you. So your moon is sitting in the first house in the Libra sign, and your Mercury is in the enemy sign of Scorpio in the second house. So your Mercury is definitely troubled. Mars is exalted, good position, but in the fourth house. Keep a check on your anger. You will do well in your career overall, but you might be full of energy as well. But just don't go overboard. I think overall there is a lot of push you give from your end towards your spouse. You are very aggressive in your behavior, but you are loving and caring as well. I'm not saying you're not loving. Okay, you're a very loving person. I can see that. You're a very hardworking person also, Vidya. But you are the one with your spouse who's like unnecessarily is what I can see in your chart. And Moon is sitting fourth to profession, fourth to 10th. This period is going to be good period for your profession. You will have a lot of peace at your workplace. You will be happy this year at your workplace or whatever you're doing. Yes, it's going to be very good year for your workplace, Vidya. Very good period for your workplace. So you would enjoy that and good Bagesh 1 2 3 4 5 6 अपने से छठा होके बैठा है. Yeah, luck will favor the harder you work in your case as well because your lot of luck is a little disturbed. Mercury is a bit disturbed, and it is your lot of fate. You're running that Mahadasha as well. So again, karma is very important for you, Vidya. I think that answers your question. I don't see any smashing of like buttons happening today. All right, Roberto, we are taking up your question now. I'm assuming, Roberto, you're a guy. 10 10 1966. 10 10 1966. 8:28 a.m. 8:28 a.m. And then Roberto's place of birth is Uruapan. Uruapan del Progreso, Michoacan. Yeah, I think that's the place. Uruapan del Progreso in Mexico. Mexico. That's how I should be calling it. So, Roberto's question is which year restart life financially and romantically? Thank you. Which year will you restart your life financially and restart? So, I'm assuming you're asking from now on, Roberto 68. Okay. Roberto, you are under Rahu Mahadasha right now, which is the north node in the Western astrology parlance. And under the north node, you're running Mercury as the Antardasha, which is sitting in your first house. So let me read out your placements for you so that it's easier for you to understand from a Vedic astrology perspective that what is your Dasha system. You are a Libra ascendant with Mercury and Ketu. Ketu is the south node, as we call it in the Western astrology. Your Mercury and Ketu, and then Rahu in your seventh house in the sign of Aries, Saturn in retrograde in your sixth house, Jupiter in your 10th house. Jupiter is an exaltation. You should have had a very good career. Mars, Moon sitting in your 11th house. Again, both of them in the friendly sign of Leo. And then sixth sign, which is of Mercury, you have Venus and Sun in the 12th house. So I see you having some sort of a foreign connection. Either you got settled abroad, maybe you left Mexico and got settled in US or somewhere else. There's a very strong possibility of you doing that. There's also a very strong possibility of you would have made it from scratch. Like you would have started from right at the bottom, and you would have risen up the ranks over the course of your life. I see divorce in your career, in your life. So you would have, yeah, I see a very strong chance of divorce or maybe loss of partner, something of that sort. But I do see divorce uh, in your chart for sure. Please correct me if I'm right or wrong. I need to get that vibe. I see I think you're there in the call itself right now. So that is there. But and all of these losses would have happened since Rahu has kicked in. So last 5, 7, 8 years would not have been very great for you. Um, and unfortunately, that dasha continues to run. So um, Rahu, Mercury. Um, you have to be patient at least till first half of 2025. I see a tough period still going on for you. There will be few like avenues where you might see. This is where I need to do a detailed this thing, but there will be few pockets where you will find good happiness. So I think in terms of finding a romantic situation coming your way, um, actually this year from June to October you could have dated somebody. It was a good period. If not, uh, next 2 months, Jan, Feb, please, till April, you can have some non-serious connect with somebody. You might just want to explore something, but from a financial perspective, actually, this could be much better. I mean, more than romance, I think you should do better in the next 4 months financially. Next 4 months, you should do better. Things will improve from 2025. Okay. And they will be much better from June of 2026 for you. They will be much better from 2026. I mean, you'll have a recovery period of from there. Your Rahu has come at a tough time, so that's all I can say. All right, Roberto. I hope this was helpful for you, my friend. Peace and love. Sumedha Pal, Hamya Bhushan says, thank you for the advice. Thanks, man. I really appreciate you following the channel and spending your time with Dave Astrology. The next question is from Sumedha. I'm assuming Sumedha is a female, 5th June 2002. अरे यार इसका नाटक शुरू हो गया. Sumedha, 5th June 2002. 11:38 p.m. or a.m. Okay, 11:38 a.m. And then Sumedha's place of birth is Kolkata. Bengal. All right, guys, we are coming almost to an end of our readings today. Nathan, I see you've just joined, maybe. So yours would be last question, and then we'll wrap up. Sumeda's question is, sir, which career will be best for me? Currently doing my engineering, but not very happy with it. You are a Leo ascendant, Ketu in your fourth house in Scorpio, Moon in your eighth house. I think you're troubled because of Moon here. In Pisces, Saturn, Sun, Rahu, and Mercury in your 10th house in the sign of Venus. Venus is in 11th house and it is forming a Parivartan Yoga with Mercury. Venus is with Mars and Jupiter in the sign of Gemini. And let's see which one is combust. Saturn is combust. I was expecting that. Rahu is escaped. Um, and you're running Ketu Mahadasha. Sumedha, the problem is that you're running Ketu Mahadasha. That's why you're not happy. Excuse me. So, Sumedha, um, from a professional perspective, I think you're going to do well. You have Rahu in the sign of Venus. You have an exchange with Mercury. You have multiple possibilities coming your way, Sumedha. You can pick up a profession in the field of. So you said that you're not interested in engineering. Is that what you called out? Yeah, okay. So that's okay. Actually, you could make a lot of gains doing engineering as well. But from a profession standpoint, if you want to pick something else, maybe do an MBA and pick up some other profession, that may not be a bad idea for you. You, but because like Saturn is also combust, that's the problem. Saturn is Karaka of 10th house and it is in the house of Venus, in the sign of Venus. So you could at a later point in time grow in a technology company as well. So you might start in a tech role and you might change your role into something else, which might not be a bad idea. You may want to think if you are interested in finance or if you are interested in human resources as well. See, Saturn is also a sign of human resources. So maybe consider doing uh, MBA in HR kind of a thing. I'm just giving you an idea. I'm not giving you that as a direct recommendation, but you may want to just think in that direction, Sumedha, and then you excel into something. You may also want to explore some sort of a business venture of your own, whatever your interest is, at some point in time. You will do well. You do your own business like an e-commerce kind of thing, or actually selling beauty products, Venus related products, creative stuff, you're going to do well. Okay. So we'll pick up the next question. And we have a question from Geeta. Geeta's question is regarding, government job. So we're going to check that. 16 to 1985. 16 to 1985. 6 a.m. Vijayawada. Guys, please smash that like button. Really need to see more likes, guys. There are not enough likes coming our way this time around. Um, so, yeah, see a lot of drops happening. I don't know for what reason. So, the question is that can I apply for government job in this 2024 favorable period for me? Okay. Uh, Jupiter has come to your fourth house. Rahu has gone to your third house, which is not a bad thing. You have Mars, Venus, with Venus in exaltation. You have a good spouse, Gita, uh, and very hardworking guy as well. Sun and Mercury in your second, Jupiter in first, Moon in your 12th. Moon in the 12th. Boy. Saturn in 11th. See, Saturn in 11th, it's in Scorpio. It will give results, but it will give results with delays, okay? Your Jupiter is debilitated. It's sitting in the first house, but it is getting an aspect from Saturn. So that's okay, but your Jupiter is debilitated. So I don't know if if you find lack of satisfaction. uh, I think that is what continues to happen with you, Geeta. There is a continuous lack of satisfaction that you experience, and if you apply for a government job, it will be something in the back end. You will not get something which is very front ending for you. You have Jupiter Saturn running, so try and find a, if you want to go in a government job specifically, try and find something like in public services, like a public sector banking. I think public sector banking kind of a thing will be much suitable for you. uh, or else other government job, it has to be some sort of a hidden work, like behind the scenes. You working with an LIC kind of thing, in an insurance field, or you're doing uh, something at the back end. Okay, you're not married yet. Your spouse should be amazing. Very pious person, Geeta. Very nice guy. You'll not marry a crook. Okay, you'll not marry a bad person. I can tell you that. Whosoever you get married to will be a very nice guy. But marriage will not be easy for you, yaar, because of your moon. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yaar. Yeah, okay, I know you've asked the question around your job. I'm sorry, I've seen something in your chart, so I need to tell this to you. You please start praying to Lord Shiva regularly, okay? Start visiting temple every Monday, and offer water to Shiv. It's important in your chart. Lot of problems will get fixed, and I think on your job front, I already gave you the answer. Okay, I'm sorry, I got distracted because of that placement. I had to tell you this. So if you're listening to it, please try and follow it. And I'm maybe, a lot of guys might think that Dave propagates a lot of course, I'm a Shiv Bhakt myself. So, but I do feel that there is a lot of answers that you can find by worshiping him, by praying to him. So please take care of that, Geeta, and hopefully you should be good. We'll take up the last two questions now, of Kinnari, Dhanani, and Nathan, who are, I'm assuming, waiting very patiently for this. Uh, Kinnari, Dhanani, Kinnari. So Kinnari, I'm assuming you're a female. Uh, um, I'm not able to understand exactly 1974. So I will take, assuming this as a female, Kinnari, maybe in Maharashtra, that's a guy name, I don't know. Because in 1974 born, and if you're worried about your career, I'm just trying to understand what works best. Okay, that's the only intent. Sometimes that clarification is helpful. Matunga, but let's see how we can figure that out. Okay. So, anyways, it is about profession, so we should be okay. Um, Saturn, Sun, Mercury in the first house with Moon. Boy, who all are combust. Moon is combust. Lack of mental peace already there. Mm, Mars is debilitated in the second house. Some troubles going on in the family front from a monetary perspective. Aditya, you are late, my friend. I will not be able to pick up. I've already answered your question, I think, Aditya. Yeah, yeah, Aditya, I've already answered your question way back. You go and watch the video. Rewind it and watch the video, you'll find your answer. So, Kinari Dhanani, you have a troubled situation in your second house. Your sixth house is Rahu, your ninth house is Jupiter in Aquarius, Venus is in your 11th in uh, Aries, and Ketu is in your 12th in Venus. So, and your Saturn and Moon both are combust. Okay. Your Mercury is retrograde, it is sitting in its own sign. So, something tells me that like there is some bit of mentally you have some kind of an affliction, you are bothered by something that you're not happy about, um, and it hurts you. I don't know what it is, but it hurts you. uh, Anjana, I have not skipped your reading. I have not skipped your reading. You had skipped your details. I'm sorry. So, and guys, you guys are now posting the questions. I've already told that I was taking the last two readings because I had taken up all the other readings. Arnab, again, you are posting a question. Your answer is already given above. You guys drop from the calls, you guys drop from the session, and then you come and repost the questions. If you are not there listening to your question, missing information, and I announce, Anjana, I announce that are you there? Can you please give me the details? I'm doing this free of cost for you to help you. I'm not a servant out here to take orders from people when people are themselves not participating in the entire reading. That is unfair, guys. It's unfair for me. Okay. So if you can't spend time, then I mean, what kind of a transaction is this? I'm doing this, please. I'm doing this, investing my time free of cost. Please respect the fact that you have to hang in there. You guys post a question, jump off, and then you think that whenever this guy is going to come to me, and then you post half a question, misinformation. And when I'm asking there, is anybody around? Then there were like just five people sitting in here, patiently waiting. That's so unfair. So I don't know what to say, but guys, I've already announced the last question is with Nathan, and I'm doing the second last question right now. If you do not like this, you feel free to skip off, but please hang in when your readings are going on. Or if you've posted a question, please at least patiently wait to know your reading like others are doing so. So sorry, Kinari, I'm so sorry that I had to answer this, but it just irritates me at times when people do not respect you back for the time you invest. So I think something is bothering you, Kinari, and you're talking about the career. See, your career is ruled. Your career is ruled by Jupiter, Pisces, and Pisces is the lord of your seventh house as well, which is um, Kendra. Oh my God, I'm forgetting the name of the dosha. Yeah. When the lord of two Kendra positions is not sitting there, that's the challenge that's happening in your case. What's happening is that Jupiter is the lord of seventh, it is third to itself. So there will be very hard work and struggle in the profession, in the way you want to earn money that's going to come your way. And then your lord of 12th, or sorry, 10th is sitting 12th to itself, which means that there will be continuous lack of profession as well. Yet you are able to somehow make wish fulfillment through because of your Venus. So, you may, your profession is hard to, like you're making, you somehow earning money, but you're not stable. I feel I do not see stability from a career profession standpoint. That's the problem. And I would recommend you to pick one field. Like, you have a very strong personality, I feel so. But if you pick up one field and stick to it, I think somewhere or the other you are have something to do with your profession, has something to do with communication. So if because of Mercury, okay, and it is in retrograde, it is in the own sign. So if you leverage that, maybe you can manage your profession better when compared to going through the Jupiter route. So that's my recommendation for you. With that, we'll pick up Nathan's chart now. I hope that is helpful to you. We'll pick up Nathan's chart. Nathan, I'm assuming you're a guy. 3rd May 1978. 3rd May 1978. Karaikudi. Sorry. Time क्या है? Boy, Nathan, you've also missed giving your birth date, time of birth. Nathan, you've missed giving your time of birth. My Ketu Dasha is painful with spousal issues. I saw your Ketu videos. There is second marriage possibility in my chart. I lost my dignity and self-respect in marriage. Nathan, I'm very sorry to hear that. But I need your birth time. And since you've not 2:30 a.m., okay. See, that's exactly Anjana and others. If you guys are watching right now, just see what Nathan has done. He is in the video right now. He is patiently waiting. And I do call out people for them to provide me information. If you were there, you can at least listen to it and provide the details so that that can be addressed. Thanks a lot, Nathan. I appreciate that. That's exactly what is expected, yeah. If I'm doing a free reading, the least you can do is spend your fucking time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Karaikudi, Tamil Nadu. So your question is with respect to second marriage. Have you already had a divorce or what, Nathan? Chandana Paleti. Okay, Chandana, hold on. I know your question came up, and I had to leave it because you had not provided some details. Arnab Sarkar, I've already answered your question. Kinari, thank you. You find me creative. Uh, Aditya, your question is already answered. You guys are doing a repeat now. So, Kinari, yes, female. Yes, Kinari, I gave you the feedback thinking you're a lady itself. That's what I was getting a vibe. So we'll go back to Nathan first. He has asked this question. Nathan, I created your chart. You're an Aquarius ascendant, moon in the first house. It is afflicted by Saturn. Saturn is sitting in 0 degree, bang opposite to it. Then you have Ketu and Mercury sitting in your second house in the sign of Pisces. Mercury is in the oh boy, Mercury is in debilitation and it is sitting with Ketu and aspected by Rahu. Your second house, your family life is disturbed, boss. Your sun is in the third house in the sign of exaltation. Your Venus is in the fourth house. You should have good assets and a good home. Nathan, you should have good assets. Jupiter in your fifth house, Mars in your sixth house, and again Mars is debilitated in the sixth house. So, are you doing a job or there's some problem happening in the job front as well? Saturn is in the seventh, Rahu is in the eighth, and that is it. So you are running Ketu Mahadasha, and yes, thank you that you spend the time and energy to watch the Ketu Mahadasha. I've done a detailed video, and you are in the Ketu Moon Sun and then Ketu Moon. So you know what, Nathan? Do not think about second marriage right now. Okay. I know what happens in Ketu Mahadasha. People start thinking second marriage, dating XYZ, and all BS, all bullshit happens. Your second house yourself is disturbed. It is deeply disturbed by Ketu and Mercury. Abhi, listen to the remedies first. You don't jump into new marriage, okay? Listen into the remedy because doing a new marriage in Ketu is going to be more fuck up. It will also end in divorce, okay? And Saturn is sitting in the seventh house. It is sitting in the enemy sign. That is why it is adding to more problems. So, 3, 4, 5. Job maybe are you facing some issue at your work front as well? You know what? First of all, show patience. I do not recommend you running for a second marriage at all right now, because second marriage is seen from where I see your second marriage. I think there will be problems there too. Okay, so don't jump into that. First issue first. You will be you. There's a higher possibility you could get into legal trouble. Your Mars is disturbed. Okay, big time. You go and figure out couple of remedies for you. Um I need to tell you some out of the box regular remedies. I always focus on prayers and stuff. Start feeding a cow every day. Every freaking day. You have to do that. Start feeding a cow every freaking day with green leaves. Buy spinach, buy whatever cows can eat, any green food, any green leaves that you can buy. Start feeding a cow every freaking day until your entire Mahadasha. If you can't feed greens every day, like grow some plants at home, usi mein se, pick out something and go and feed a cow. Find a cow. If you can pet a cow, possible, do it. You need to do this. Very, very important for you to fix your dasha right now. Second thing is start worshipping Ganesh ji on a daily basis. There is no, you are going through a tough phase, boss, and your Ketu is in a very difficult spot. Your Mercury is in a worse spot. Your Mars is also in a pathetic spot. So if somebody, whosoever is telling you do XYZ puja, spend 1 lakh rupees, 100,000 rupees, do not do that, please. You need to fix your karma first. Start feeding a cow. If you can pet a cow, better. Start doing puja of Ganesh ji, and start doing Hanuman Chalisa on a daily basis. All of these activities you're going to do with very pious body and set up and clean up and shower and stuff, because your Saturn, Mars, Mercury, Ketu, four planets are troubled. Okay. And for the entire Mahadasha of Ketu, I want you not to stop for a single day worshipping Ganesh ji. Very simple. Ganesh ji is very simple. Yaar. Simple Ganesh Aarti. You can offer some sweet, uh, give love to a kid, feed a cow. You do these measures, slowly time will start changing. If you are having issues with your wife, you just go and apologize, boss. Go, do not get into any kind of a legal trouble. I'm telling you, especially next year after July, August, do not get into any legal trouble. You don't, like, figure out a mechanism that you don't get a court summon or anything, or you don't fight a case. If you have to get into a fighting case situation, uh, fold your hands, say I'm sorry, walk out. You have no idea how pathetically your Mars is placed in that house. Okay, and that is the natural house of, and your mind will say, nahi, I will win it. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा, you will lose. So I'm sorry, I'm breaking a lot of bad news for you here, Nathan. But if you're listening to me, I'm spending more time with you because I see a lot of trouble there. So you need to act smart on this. Do not have all these ideas of second marriage. Matlab, you are already in a troubled situation and you're thinking second marriage will fix it. Boss, you're not there. Okay. If that divorce kind of a thing is coming into play, try and avoid it. If you cannot avoid it, then just fold hands and say that okay, you accept whatever it is. Try and amicably resolve it. If you go to the court, you will be on the losing end. I can tell you that. Okay. uh, Aditya, I've given your answer. Canary, yes, female answered. Sorry, guys. Chandra Polity, I'll take your question. Guys, rest of the questions I'm not taking. Who are joining right now? I've spent too much time. I've overtime, and I have to take up Chandra Polity, who's been patiently waiting. And I remember I missed her, skipped a question because she skipped some information. So Chandra Polity, if you're listening here, I hope you're listening. Please stay back. And I'm doing your question right now. Next week's guys, Saturday, please join the session, and I urge you guys to stay for the session. People who skip, it doesn't help. Dan, yes, every week I run a live session free of cost for my subscribers, and I do a paid subscription, session one on one. Again, I do only one reading over the weekend, so just two readings a week. I don't have time to do more than that. So I do two paid readings and free session for the people who cannot afford. I try to help people. This is the karma that I want to earn. I want to help people. That's it. 8:33 a.m. And sorry guys, I was a little upset, but I get frustrated when people do not respect that I'm devoting so much time and energy. I'm hungry for the last few minutes. I did not even have any breakfast and stuff and started, and you guys do not stay back for your own reading, and then you come back and ask questions on the past ones. That's not fair. It's not respect. It's basic respect human that you have to offer to me. Channa, I know you came back, so I'm reverting to your question. If you're here, please smash that like button so that I can understand that you're listening to me. I can't see if you're there, so you have to smash the like button and give me that feedback. So your Mercury is in your Lagna. You're a Scorpio ascendant. Venus in the second house. Moon and Rahu. So Rahu is afflicted for you as sorry, Moon is afflicted for you as well in the sign of Pisces in the fifth house. Mars in retrograde sitting in sixth house. Saturn in the ninth house in the sign of Cancer. Ketu in 11th, and then you have Sun and Jupiter sitting in the sign of Libra in your 12th house. So what was your question, Chandra Polity? How will be my Venus Dasha profession and wealth? Okay. So I hope, Chandana, you've spent time to watch the Venus Mahadasha video. So I'm not going to give you a complete Mahadasha analysis, Chandana. I hope you do not expect that to happen. So let's quickly check the period that you are running in right now. Okay, you are running Ketu Mahadasha right now. So I think you need to watch both videos, Ketu Mahadasha as well as Venus Mahadasha video. Ketu is in 11th for you. Venus is in your second house. I I think you're gonna have a good Venus Mahadasha. See, Venus is sitting in the second house. It is in your case, it is doing a Parivartan Yoga with Jupiter. Jupiter is in the sign of Venus, and the other way, then your uh, Sun is debilitated. That's a challenge there. Uh, but Mars is also in a good, strong position in the sixth house, in the own sign. Um, I think you will have a decent Venus Mahadasha. You will have a good family time because of the Parivartan Yoga. Any kind of issues with respect to Venus are already cancelled out. Uh, you will have a good spouse also during this period because Venus owns your seventh house, so to speak, and it is sitting eighth to itself. That's the only trouble. So um, there will be some issues, but it's okay. Everybody has issues. But I think from a family life perspective, from enjoying good food, clothes, luxury, you will have everything coming in your way. And you may want to check out both your Ketu and Venus Mahadasha videos that I've posted. It has very detailed analysis of each antardasha. So, for example, right now in Ketu, you are running Ketu Saturn, and then you will have Ketu Mercury. So, watch that video, you'll get a sense how your next 2 years will be, and then what happens in the beginning of the Dasha Sandhi period for Venus as well. So, that'll give you a sense. So, I hope that kind of gives you clarity in what's going to be happening during this period. Uh, for everybody else, apologies, you guys have joined a little late today. We've done about a 2 hour session, and I have other commitments, and that is why we started this early today. Yes, Dan, we will be doing this next week as well. Random Chinkara. No, I'm sorry, random. It's not possible. there's a cutoff for today. We've done more than 2 hours 10 minutes now. Random will Biswas, Soma Biswas, let's do it some other time next weekend. Please join the session and I'll be happy to read, and stay during the session, guys. Please stay during the session. Shravan, you have to send me a direct DM on Instagram or Messenger. My weekend is booked, so I will be, and my for next weekend also, I already have proactive people reached out to me on my Instagram or my Facebook Messenger. You can ping me anywhere. But there is a waiting. And as I said, I don't pick too many readings. I just am very picky in terms of doing one reading, because I spent a lot of dedicated time with the person to help them out. So I hope this is helpful, guys. We will launch up the 2024 annual predictions this week itself. So please stay tuned. There is an amazing interview session with one of the Western astrologers coming in that I should be releasing in a couple of days. I want to do a premiere of the same, so hopefully you guys enjoy. If you've enjoyed the time spent here in this reading, please smash on that like button and please stay tuned to Devastrology. We are coming up with more exciting content. And thank you for your love, support, and patience to me. Apologies if I've not been able to take a few questions today. I will handle those questions next time for sure. Enjoy your day. Shubh Ratri, and good day for the people on this side of the world. Bye bye.